Jessica Miller, fiancée of Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich, modelled Woolworth's Spring-Summer Studio W range in New York. It's a campaign representing how the young and trendy are reclaiming the inner city in colours black and white.
Beatrice, the latest trend for spring-summer is black and white with a pop of colour.
Yes, I think the great thing about black and white is it's something that you can reinvent. It's absolutely classic and timeless, and it's wearable for everybody. So we're coming out of quite graphic prints in winter, and we're moving into softer, more feminine black and white prints and colour blocking and just a variety of different ways to work with it. And obviously the pop of colour adds an element of fun to it as well.
Lorna put herself in the shoes of what one top-billing viewer could be wearing if they win our grand prize, which includes a 100,000 Rand Woolies shopping spree.
The pop of colour can really be a full item, so teaming a black jacket, a cream top with a red pant, for instance, or it could be in your lipstick, a bright pop of pink. It could be in the nails, it could be in a scarf, or even a full item, a beautiful dress in a bright neon colour, just to make it more fun and sexy and feminine.
The look is confident, savvy, focused and bold, as seen in a collection by 26-year-old Wonder Woman of style, Dublin-born Simone Rocha.
What influenced this look and where did the inspiration come from?
Black and white is a big trend on the catwalks coming out of autumn, winter and also going into spring, summer as well. I think Simone Rocha also did the black and white with pops of colour. There it was pairing items, so black and white tops and bottoms or a full colour garment. And I think there it was the elements of femininity. There was lace as well as the more masculine inspired looks.
It's a treat to find bold colour expressed with such elegance and control. It's not only the women who benefit.
Menswear is also getting the same treatment. So from the Big Apple to another iconic city, our Joburg, Simba went behind the scenes.
Fit, fabric and cut are mastered in this Studio W collection, which embodies the young self-made man. Head of Brand Communications, Shaida Sayed, was on the scene as the look strutted the streets of our business capital.
Shaida, I've seen some of the shots and they look absolutely spectacular. Who could have thought that downtown Joburg looks that awesome? Tell us the thinking behind the shoot.
The thinking behind the shoot is basically to emulate a very urban, sophisticated, modern lifestyle. So, we're wanting to create a confident lifestyle, characters who are ambitious, who are sassy and savvy.
What is the overall style of Studio W?
The overall style of the Studio W brand is modern and simple in the sense of the range. If you look at the advertising, we're also trying to position it as a lifestyle that's built on a modern lifestyle, urban, cosmopolitan and very, very ambitious.
They needed a model with self-assurance, and Mother City born, Manhattan made Justin Hopwood was the man.
South African boy all the way from Cape Town, now living in New York. What's life like?
Life is good. Definitely a lot of travels, a lot of people meeting, a lot of new destinations all the time. But it's good to be here in Johannesburg right now and enjoying the South African sun. It's good to be home.
Now, the stuff from Woolworths, what do you think of it?
I love it. I mean, I think their jackets are great. The colors that they're using is also awesome. They're very neutral and everyday, very easy. You can just throw it on for a party or for work or whatever it might be. So they're definitely hitting all the target markets right.
What are you trying to achieve from the final look and feel of this shoot?
What we try to do with the Studio W new campaign is to make the campaign a little more active and modern, That's why we're shooting on the street, and I think it works very well like that,
Joburg seems to be catching up with the rest of the world with regards to the urban feel.
Paris, London, New York have a very strong urban feel, but Johannesburg also it's very strong, it's a very specific look, and it's why we try to catch this look in downtown in Johannesburg.
Meanwhile, in central Cape Town, the concept of the My Top Billing dream home with Woolworths is becoming reality in these men's hands. World-renowned Stephen Anthony is our architect. Mark Riley of Anthony Associates is our interior architect, and Adam Court heads up Ochre Furniture Design.
Welcome, good to see you.
It's so exciting to finally meet the dream team who'll be tackling our top billing home. Stefan, what's the overall concept behind the design of the apartment?
Well, look, I think we want to create something incredible, something magic out of this space in the center of town with the most beautiful view of Table Mountain out of town. But now the inside's going to become the most incredible view.
It's quite a compact space. How do you plan on maximizing usability? usability?
Very often, having small, tight spaces, that's the real challenge. That's the fun kind of project, because sometimes when you have these massive greenfield sites, you don't even know where to start. So yeah, you know you've got a very compact space. It's a three-dimensional space, which is exciting. We've got an upper level, we have a double volume, we've got the living level and the terrace. So now it's how do we use those constraints to make something totally exceptional.
Mark, I love clothes and I love fashion, and I generally worry about closet space. What are you guys doing there?
Well, we've got a great surprise for the winner of this apartment. We're going to be creating a beautiful, bespoke, separate dressing area, and we're going to consider everything that this person's going to need in terms of storage for shoes, bags or suits, whatever they need.
Oh, I just sense a Sex and the City moment.
Definitely. I think this is something that Sarah Jessica Parker would dream of.
Adam, at such an early stage, are you already thinking about the furnishings for the apartment?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a language that's already evolving, and we're listening to that, and we're putting together ideas already at this early stage in terms of how we're going to work with the interior architecture and actually just take it a step further as well. So it's going to be very special. It's going to be very exciting.
Creative director of this innovative interior brand, Adam took us through how a contemporary luxury urban space like the top-billing Dream Home can stay at the cutting edge of fashion.
How do you apply the black and white with a pop of color to an urban and sophisticated home like this one?
Well, it's restrained. I think that's what it is. So we haven't gone overboard. I mean, you've got to live with these things every day. You don't want to throw out and redo your whole interior, next season. So work with a kind of neutral color palette. It can be dark, it can be light. And if you're going to use color, it's great. I love color. I love color coming into an interior. It's expressive. It says something about your personality, and it adds a bit of drama. So, but keep it controlled.
Say I get tired of this blue after a year. How do I go about changing the color but still keeping the trend?
The smaller things. You don't want to throw out your whole sofa. You don't want to throw out all those large, expensive items at the end of a season. You want to keep those things. So the smaller items, in the same way that you dressed yourself, you change your jewelry, change the shoes, the handbag, mix these things up, and it gives a whole different perspective to what you're wearing. And the same thing with an interior as well. Change the scatter cushions, the vases, the accessories, the artwork, the smaller items that maybe, you've had enough of that. Let's go from blue to green. Let's go from green to yellow, depending on how you feel. It's mood-driven in the same way that you dress as well. But the basics stay reliable. They're not trend-driven at all.
Gone are the days of dull and boring spaces, right?
Absolutely, yes.
You know what I've learned today? Not only will my wardrobe be on trend, but my home too.
And look at you, the perfect accessory. Actually, do you have any yellow jeans?
What? Pillow fight?
Studio W brings considered urban lifestyle to your wardrobe and home. My Top Billing Dream Home is brought to you in proud association with Woolworths.